Hey teachers, I'm back with another tech tip. So when you work with technology, as pretty much we all do now, you have to be flexible. You have no choice. First of all, technology is fickle. We all know that. Sometimes something works one day and then not the next. Sometimes in your given school or district, like a new filter, thing was added, or maybe new features were added to that website. And so then you're like lost the next day. Things happen all the time, blah, blah. You get the idea. You work in a school, um, you probably already know how to make headers, right? For Google Classroom, Google Forms, things like that. We all, have been pretty accustomed, no matter what platform you use. There's usually some sort of a, banner or something at the top of programs like that. You might use PowerPoint or slides to create it. You might use some other application. As you know, there are a trillion ways to do the same thing when it comes to technology. So I'm just here to show you an alternate way. The reason why I chose this way was because in my building, for some reason, some of the image sites started getting blocked, and people were accustomed to, I've always done it this way, and now I can't access this, and slides won't let me download, and, weird things were happening. So since the technology got possessed, I offered another solution. And this one is to use Canva to create those headers or banners inside of Google Classroom or Google Forms or whatever your program is. Okay, so here I am in Canva. We actually have a Canva for Educator account in our district. I believe you could sign up for one of those, or you could just use your free Canva account, whatever works. It doesn't really matter. The only difference will be that because I'm in my education account, a lot of the pre-made templates are going to be geared toward educators. So they're going to be, classroom themed, which is really great for this in this example. So first things first, we're going to create a design. That's the button in the upper right corner. And I'm going to choose custom size. You want the width to be 1920 and the height to be 480 pixels, and choose create new design. And what you'll see will be a blank canvas, right? This is properly formatted to fit inside the Google Classroom header space or the Google Forms space. I believe it will also work, if not perfectly, pretty close in, Schoology and some of the other applications that are quite similar to Google Classroom and Google Forms. As with, any template inside of Canva, the button that's highlighted here is design, and they want to give you some templates. That's the beautiful thing about Canva. You can, if you're comfortable and you're a good designer and you know what you're looking to create, go ahead and create it. Just tap that elements button or the text button and go ahead and dump all your elements in there and create your banner right from scratch. But if you are short on time or short on skill, maybe you're not very comfortable inside of Canva yet, then use one of these templates. Everything is totally editable and really easy to create something that is your own based on a pre-made template, which is a really great feature. So you would scroll through, see if there was one that sort of matches your style or your theme. Maybe it's a Halloween theme or something like that, or maybe a certain subject area that you teach or whatever. And you can, once you click it, it just lands in there. Sometimes there's some animated elements to it, whatever makes you happy. And then usually when you select one, it will display additional ones that are sort of in that vein. So you could say, I don't know if I like that one. Maybe I'd rather go with this one, right? So now you've got, your banner kind of already done. And if you don't want to spend a whole great deal of time on it, it's really easy to just tap inside any of these fields and make your edits, right? So I've got one here open. This was one that was already created just as it was. You might like it just as it is, never want to make a change. I liked that one, but I wanted to make it a little bit more personal to my particular Google Classroom. So I copied and pasted the line of text and, basically duplicated it by adding my own, name and subject area. This one is another one that's pretty generic. A lot of these are, the first ones that I chose are probably geared toward younger students. If you teach older students, perhaps you want the look to be a little bit more professional, a little less cutesy. That's perfectly fine. They've got templates for that too. Anytime, let's say you liked this one, you could say, welcome to first grade. And all you want to do is double click in here and type your name. Done. and we can be finished. Sometimes you want to change more than just the text. Sometimes there's an image on there that you don't like. Sometimes, we want to change this photo. We'll get rid of that. And I'm going to go to my uploads and drag a new photo in there and change the person's name and subject and contact info. You might have to do more. Maybe we even want to add some image. Anything is resizable and movable, just like with anything else. So super, super easy to, amend something that already exists. And once you are happy with it, so let's say I liked this one, right? This is the one that I want to use in my Google Classroom. I have a document here that has 5 pages. I don't want to save all 5. I just want to save page 2 as an image so that I can then upload it into my Google Classroom. Super easy. We're going to tap on the share button and slide down to download. And the option here is video because I believe one of these had that animated image. So it's saying, oh, it's moving around. Maybe you want to save it as a video. I do not. I just want it to be a JPEG or a PNG. Instead of selecting all 5 pages, I am going to drop that down, deselect all 5, and just choose current page 2. And hit done, and hit download. And now that is going to save into my computer or devices files. And when I go into Google Classroom, I'm going to grab that image and add it into the header. Super easy. I hope this helps. This will eliminate some of the problems where, like I said, we were experiencing where all of a sudden you were used to using, say, Google Slides, but you had to go to an outside site like Google Images or someplace else to find an image and copy and paste. And it stopped working. So for whatever reason, they didn't want us to find images from an outside source. The beautiful thing about Canva is that there are already graphics pre-installed inside of here so that you could just use theirs. Create the whole image, save it as an image, and then upload it into your Google Classroom, Google Forms, or any header, depending on the application that you're using. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.